Very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to do Maths 2. In Maths 2, we are going to continue Parallel Lines Part 2. So today we are going to learn how can we say whether the given line is a parallel or not. So we are going to learn how can we say whether the given line is a parallel line. So I have two lines here, line L and M. Using the test for parallel lines, we can say whether the given line is a parallel line or not. So we have a three tests here. The first one, if the interior angles on the same side of a transversal are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Okay, the interior angles of the same side are supplementary, then it is a parallel. Second one, if one of the pair of the alternate angle is congruent, then the lines are parallel. If any one pair of alternate is congruent, then it is a parallel line. If one of the pairs of corresponding angle is congruent, then the lines are parallel. These are the three tests for parallel lines. Among these three tests, if any one test also verified, then we can say that the given line is parallel line. Now, the point to be noted, if a line is perpendicular to two lines, here you see if the line is perpendicular to two lines in a plane, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, another thing, second, if two lines in a plane are parallel to the third line in the plane, then those two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, now we are going to keep this in mind. Using this point only, we are going to solve the practice set 2.2. Practice set 2.2, question number 1. In the given figure, this is the figure, okay, given figure, measure of angle y is 108 degree and x is 71 degree. Are these lines M and N are parallel? Justify. We have to justify whether it is a parallel or not. Solution. So we know that angle y is equal to 108 degree and x is equal to 71 degree. Since we know that, suppose, okay, x plus y is equal to, when I do the calculation, that is x value is 71 and y value is 108. When I do the addition of angle x and y, 179. So since we know that sorry, just now we have learned, if the interior angles are supplementary, then we can say it is and parallel lines. So here we can say that, suppose this is an interior angle x and y. When I do addition, I should get 180 degree, but I am not getting here 180 degree. So x and y is not equal to, can you see here, not equal to 180. Therefore the angles x and y are not supplementary. If it is not supplementary, the angles do not satisfy the interior angle test for parallel lines. Therefore, line M and N are not parallel lines. Okay. Now shall we move to the next sum? Question number 2. So I have a figure here. Angle A and angle B are congruent. Okay. Prove that line L is parallel to line M. Children, you're supposed to write given and to prove. So what is the given here? Question is angle A is congruent to angle B. To prove is line L is parallel to line M. This we have to write it from the question. Solution. I'm going to mark your angle C. Okay. So since I have mentioned in the figure, I am writing here also. Consider angle C as shown in the figure, that angle A is congruent to angle C. Why A is congruent to angle C? Because both are vertically opposite angle. I have mentioned here. We know that angle A is congruent to angle B from the question I've written. That's why it's given. You're supposed to write for each statement, you're supposed to write reasons. If you're not writing the reasons, you're simply writing that angle A is congruent to angle B, angle C is congruent to angle C. Without any reason, marks will not be given. So if you see this second statement, angle A is congruent to angle B. If we compare statement number 1, this is statement number 1 and this is statement number 2. If you see, here also angle A is there, here also angle A is there. Therefore, I can say that angle B is congruent to angle C. So, I want angle B and C to be from statement number 1 and 2, I have proved that angle B is congruent to angle C. But angle B and C are corresponding angle. If you see, children, properly, if you observe angle C is here, right? So angle B and angle C both are corresponding angles where on line N, L and M, where N is the transversal. Therefore, I can say that line L is parallel to line M. What is the reason? The corresponding angle test. Because using the corresponding angles only, we have proved both the lines are congruent. So, shall we move to the next sum? Question number 3. In the figure, angle A, okay, I'll show this figure. Okay, angle A and angle B are congruent. Okay, here I am having angle X and Y are congruent. Prove that line L is parallel to N. Where is line L? Line L is parallel to N. Okay. So we will write the given from the question. Angle A is congruent to angle B and angle X is congruent to angle Y. Prove that line L is parallel to line N. That is, this first line is parallel to the third line I have to prove. So angle A is congruent to angle B given. If angle A and B are congruent, dear children, if you observe very carefully, angle A and B are corresponding angles, right? According to the corresponding angle, corresponding angles formed by by line L and M, where K is the transversal. Therefore, I can say that line L is parallel to line M using the corresponding angle test. This is statement number 1. Now we are going to prove. We know that I'm sorry. We know that angle X and Y are congruent from given. Okay, if we observe, angle X and Y are alternative angle formed by line L and N, where PQ is the transversal. Okay, so therefore I can say that line M is parallel to line L by alternate angle test. The starting only we have learned, if we want two lines to be parallel, we have to there are 3 tests. One is alternate angle test, corresponding angle test, and another is interior. If it is satisfied by any of these tests, then we can say that line is parallel. So your line M and N is parallel through alternative angle test. Now previously we have written in statement number 1, that is line L is parallel to M. Now we have written line M is parallel to N. So this, according to statement number 1 and 2, we can write like this: line L is parallel to line M, where line M is parallel to line N. Therefore line L is parallel to N. Hence proved. This only they have asked to prove. We have proved it. Now question number 4. Question number 4. In the given figure, where is the figure here? In the given figure, ray BA, this is ray BA, is parallel to DE. Angle C is 50 degree. Angle D is 100 degree. Find the measure of angle ABC. ABC. Here they have also given an hint: draw a line passing through the point C and parallel to AB. So we will draw here. Sorry. So your F and this is G. Okay. Draw a line FG passing, we have drawn, okay, FG passing through the point C, which is parallel to AB. Line FG, where is FG? Line FG. Line FG is parallel to BA from construction. We have drawn, right? So that's why we have written the reason as construction. Now from the given we have written AB is parallel to DE. From statement number 1 and 2 we can compare, we can write line FG. FG is parallel to BA and BA is parallel to DE from statement number 1 and 2. Next, line FG is parallel to DE. We are going to take only these two. FG, where is FG? FG is parallel to DE. Okay, where DC is the transversal. So what is an alternative angle formed here? Angle DCF. Okay, like this, DCF. DCF is equal to EDC by alternate angle. Angle DCF is equal to 100 degrees. Since we know that angle D is equal to 100 degree. Now DCF is equal to angle BCF plus angle BCD, angle addition property. Now since we know that angle DCF is equal to 100 degrees, so if we see DCF, there are two angles in that, angle DCB and BCF. Okay, so I'm going to do angle addition of these two angles. So angle addition property, it is called as angle addition property. DCF is equal to 100, BCF value is equal, BCF value I don't know, BCD is equal to 50 degree. So when I bring the 50 in the left hand side, 100 minus 50, that is equal to 50 degrees. So angle BCF is equal to 50 degree. Line FG, that is line FG, that downwards FG. Okay, FG is parallel to BA, where segment BC is the transversal. So angle ABC plus angle BCF is equal to 180 degree, that is interior angle. Since we don't know the value of ABC, we will not specify the value there. And BCF, just now we have found it as 50 degree. So we will mention down here 50 is equal to 180 degree. So by calculating, we will get the value of angle ABC is equal to 130 degree. This only we have to find. We have found it. Now next question. In the given figure, ray AE is parallel to BD, where AF is the bisector of angle EAB, and BC is the bisector of angle ABD. Prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. Ray AE is parallel to BD, and ray AF and BC are the bisector of angle EAB and angle ABD respectively. This we have written from given. Okay. To prove, I have to prove that line AF is parallel to BC. First, ray AE is parallel to BD, AB is their transversal. This is given. If these two lines are parallel, your alternate angle is formed, that is angle EAB is congruent to angle ABD, that is alternate angle, Z shape. Okay. Since we know that AF is the bisector of angle EAB, so I can write as FAB is equal to half of angle EAB. Same for this side, ray CB, that is BC or CB, bisect the angle ABD. Therefore, CBA is equal to half of angle ABD. Since we know that EAB is equal to ABD. Since we know that EAB is equal to ABD from statement number 1, so therefore from statement number 1, 2 and 3 we can write it as 2FAB is equal to 2CB. 2 get cancelled, therefore FAB is congruent to CBA. Where is FAB? Here. FAB is congruent to CBA. If you observe very carefully, we form an alternate angle, that Z-shape angle. So according to the alternate angle test, the these angles are formed by ray AF and ray BC using the transversal AB. Therefore, line AF is parallel to line BC according to alternate angle test. Hence proved. Now question number 6 is same like question number 5. If you want, you can refer this and you have to solve this by yourself. If you can able to solve by yourself, well and good. If you cannot, refer this sum and solve by yourself. Dear children, teacher has solved maximum all the sums from practice set 2.2. You will solve it in a neat and clean handwriting and complete your notebook. Thank you.